have switched on go live now. So we should be live. Okay. Let's wait for people to join. Hello. Good evening, guys. Okay. How's everyone doing? Good evening. Happy Friday. Hello, hello, hello. Guys, can you confirm if you can hear us? And where exactly you guys are joining us from? London, outskirts of London, Scotland. Can anyone confirm you can hear me okay? Just say yes or hello, hi. Anything in the comments, please?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
That you are saying that, right, Amir? What did others? Because I already confirmed from you. Okay. Yamuna is saying yes. Okay, Nandan, hello. Uh, Ra Rakeshri saying yes. Okay, we can hear you. Good. Okay, thanks for confirming, Jerry. Yamuna, Rakshri, Rupa, Ruparana, and Yamuna, Bradford. Okay, we have guys from Bradford. We have people from London, and where else? Chukudi. Where are you joining from?
Chukwoody is a big fan of your video. He's joining from London.
Oh, how do you know?
He's one of my clients.
Ah, okay. Here you go. Okay. Thank you for joining. Hi, Jerry. We cannot hear you. Thank you. Thank you for confirming, guys. Okay. Alrighty. So maybe just one more minute, and then I think we can start. But the whole idea is, we are just going to go through a list of all the changes which were announced in 2025. And then, of course, we have Amil from Mac 25 Immigration, and then you guys can ask any question related to immigration related changes which were announced this year. And if you're still worried about if it's impact to either positive way or negative way, you can still ask any questions. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Anybody else joining from other than London and Bradford? So we have London and Bradford so far. I don't know where others are joining from. Hi, Mystery History Planet. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So, I mean, maybe we can make a start given that you need to also leave 10 minutes early. So, this session will be, as it is being recorded, and guys can watch the recording and see what they missed in the beginning. So, Amir, let's start with your introduction if you don't mind. I hope my existing audience and they know who you are, but it will be nice if you can introduce yourself once again to them.
So everyone, good evening. I hope everyone is doing well in this Friday evening and this clumsy weather, where I'm just not keeping well. But I'll make sure that everything is well throughout. So my name is Mohammed Amil. I am the immigration expert, lawyer, advisor from Mac 25 London. We are based in Canary Wharf, and we are all here to help you with your personal and business immigration matters. So please feel free to ask whatever your doubts, your concerns regarding the new changes. I'll be happy to assist you all.
Okay, thank you very much, Amir. And today's topic is we will summarize the list of the changes which were announced by the UK Home Office in 2025. Because this is the first year I've seen massive changes are announced. At least in my 15 years of being in the UK, I've never seen such a big changes which were announced by the Home Office. It was bonkers. So maybe we'll start with that, Amil, if you remember the top of the head, which are the list
Definitely.
of changes announced this year, and then we'll take the questions from the crowd. Yeah.
So let's start again the big bomb which fell in 22nd of July 2025. But the bomb fell on us on 1st of May 2025 per se, when the actual statement of changes came in, which is HC997, to be a bit bookish. So to start with, obviously the threshold from RQF level 6 for the skilled worker jobs have been increased from level 3 to 5 to level 6. That's the biggest change we have seen. The home office is only expecting all the new graduates or all the new international students or people coming outside of the UK need to have a graduate level job, which means a managerial position where even your dependents, which is your partners, your spouse, and your children, would be allowed as well. Then there was an introduction of something called as a temporary shortage list, which is obviously temporary as the name suggests, which would be exhausted in December 2026. And whatever role we have in the temporary shortage list, that could be taken off at any point of time. That's what they have exactly mentioned in the list as well. So there are no discounts in the temporary shortage list as far as other lists are concerned. The salary is uptight as far as in the TSL. In TSL, you're not allowed to bring your dependents and your children. Yes, if you're in the UK on a graduate route or a student visa, you can switch to TSL, but you won't be able to get your dependent on that. For people who are already here in the UK on a skilled worker visa, or maybe your COS was assigned before 21st of July 2025, the transitional arrangement will still apply to you. So I think that would be the topic of discussion going forward. Along with that, from 8th of January 2026, the English language requirement for the skilled workers and scalar visa workers are changing from B1 level to B2 level. So that's a big change which is coming on 8th of January 2025, 2026. The other big change which was never expected, it wasn't part of the plan, but students who wanted to apply for an innovator founder route, they could never register their own company. But from 25th of November 2025, they are still able to be on a student visa. If they have completed the course and they want to switch to innovator founder route, you can register your own company in the UK. So that was a big change as far as the student visa is concerned. Finally, the big bomb which fell on us about the earn settlement scheme. So earn settlement scheme is something where the baseline years for any individual has been set from 20 years, from 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and 30 years if you have been anytime illegal in the UK. So the earn settlement is a broad topic, so I would like to invite you guys to ask us questions on that situation, and we hope to give you whatever answers you need. So I think that's what I remember on top of my head, Sarika.
Did we? I'm sorry, I got distracted because my dog was barking. Yeah, I had to.
It's okay.
Did we cover about the salary threshold increase of the salary threshold already?
So yeah, the salary threshold for a new entrant have been increased from 31,000 to 33,300, or whatever is the going rate, whatever is higher, and the normal salary threshold which has been increased from 38,700 to 41,700 for new job roles which comes under option A. And yeah, I mean those are the things which we have to look at, and it depends when did you got your first visa, whether you qualify for the lower going rate or the new going rate, depends when you got your COS. And yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's about it.
So major was the salary threshold increase.
Yes.
Immigration service charge is increasing.
From
The
16th of December.
16th of December,
Yes.
yes. And there was announcement about the UK Home Office categorized now all the job code into three categories: higher skill, medium skill, ineligible. Ineligible means you are not eligible for sponsorship for those roles, which is
True.
completely removed now. And medium skilled was about people whose jobs are categorized as medium skill. For new people, anybody who's applying for a visa from 22nd of July, you cannot bring dependent on those medium skill job, but it's still eligible for sponsorship. And people whose visas or CVS is already issued before 22nd of July, if it's categorized as minimum, you are still part of the old rule, you can bring your dependent. And if your job falls under higher skill, I believe you are still eligible to bring your dependent after 22nd of July. So that was the one thing I remember because people were asking lots of questions: which jobs are eligible for bringing dependents versus which jobs are not eligible for sponsorship. I mean, did you also cover that the carer visas from abroad nobody can apply anymore? It is
I
all
mean, yeah. The care visa, it was not on top of my head because we are not doing too many care visas at this point of time because it's not allowed basically. So whatever care home we used to work with, so from 22nd of from as far as the new rules are concerned, you're not allowed to get new care workers on a defined COS from outside of the UK.
yeah.
There is a transitional provision in place until 2030 that you can hire people from within the country if they have an experience with the care home or a domiciliary care at that particular company, and then you can switch to their company. And there is obviously you cannot get your dependents on a care visa. That rule has been obviously started from March 2024. I mean, yeah, there is no international recruitment, but what you need to remember, and I have seen three refusals in the past 1 week where the sponsor was not aware about the fact that the individual need to have work experience in the same care home for 3 months. And when the home office requested for the employment contract and the last 3 months of payslip, the sponsor was not able to provide that. So I guess, yeah,
I'm
the visa
surprised
was
how, yeah, I'm surprised how employees are not aware. If you
exactly.
home office is making such changes, they send that communication to all licensed employees, right? So they
Yes.
should be aware what are the new rules and how can they issue a COS if they're not even aware what are the new rules by the Home Office. So yes, switching within the UK is allowed. If you're in the UK, if you manage to get a sponsorship as a carer or senior carer, you can. But the new rule is you should have 3 months of experience.
Work experience.
Yeah, yeah. It can be with any of the companies, right? I mean, it doesn't need to be that specific and company
It
only
has
would
to be with that specific company if you want to get sponsorship with them.
by them. Okay, so you need to
Yeah.
get through them. Okay,
Yeah.
that was all that I remember. Of course, ILR is altogether a big topic,
Yeah.
which we also discussed in the last live sessions. Of course, ILR is the one which is going to have a massive impact on more than 2 million people, maybe. So I can see there's some questions already in the comment section, but one question from me to you, Amil.
Mhm.
Um, is there any update on the ILR? I know people who fill the consultation form, they have started getting emails because I have not
Yeah.
filled it, so I don't get it. Any kind
Yeah.
of communication you have, any updates from that?
So yesterday I was with group of some people and we were discussing, and they are quite seasoned as far as the legal immigration industry is concerned for the last 10-15 years. And April is the sweet spot what they have tentatively said. And as far as the consultation is concerned, a lot of people saying a lot of things about it because it would largely depend on the consultation, that what the result is going to be in April. Because most of the people I have seen, I've spoken to few people who have filled the consultation form, Sarika, and ironically I have seen synonymously people are talking about the transitional arrangements, because some people ILR they are expecting to get in May, June and July. So let's say if they get the implementation in April, so all these people would be impacted and they would be put on 10 years route or maybe 15-year route depending on the RQF level. So I think most of the people whoever I'm talking to, as far as the consultation is concerned, there could be a possibility there should be a transitional arrangement for people already on this route, or maybe they might give some timing. And this is just on the basis of what I have discussed with the other people as far as the consultation is concerned. So we don't know what the exact outcome is going to be. But through your channel, so many people watches your video, and to your audience, I request, if you actually feel that you have been impacted by this, your family is going to get impacted by this, then go ahead and fill the consultation and let the home office know what difficulty are you going to face in the future and what are you facing right now, because that is what the consultation is all about. Don't just use it as MCQ. I know sometimes it takes 40-45 minutes as well for the consultation, but I request you to go ahead and fill the consultation. That is the most important thing you can do right now.
Okay, thank you. And I just wanted to remind you guys, because many people had been waiting for that 10-year route ILR, yeah, because people were counting their, say, I don't know, ICT visa or student visa, dependent visa. So the existing rule is if you are in the UK for 10 years legally, you can
Yes,
apply for ILR. However, when this new rule will be implemented, say April, then this 10-year thing, which is allowed now, will be completely scrapped. So anybody
exactly.
Yeah, right, Amal. So many people had already asked me. So again, I'm going to repeat that. So that will
Yeah,
be massive impact on people because you're still not on any skill visa now because you
right.
are still, or maybe you are on a dependent visa or I don't know, on ICT visa. But if you have not got your ILR on the day of implementation, so you will be impacted because of
Yeah,
that.
that is mentioned in the guidance specifically what the home office has said. As long as these rules are going to get implemented for the baseline of 10, 20 years or 15 years, it will supersede the 10-year ILR long residence route. So
Can
yes.
you, can you repeat that, Amit? Sorry.
So let's say if the baseline of earn settlement gets implemented in April, so the
Mhm.
long residence route would be superseded. So that means that route won't be existence. That's what they have mentioned in the guidance. So I think people on long year residents who are waiting to get their ILR in 2027 won't be able to get it, and they need to continue from their journey from the baseline route.
Okay. Alrighty, thank you very much. I think we had a good summary of all the changes, at least from what we recall. So let's
Yeah,
start taking question one by one, Amil, from
perfect.
the comment section. Let's see. The first question is from Rakeshri, is saying, if I go for ILR in Feb March 2026 on 10-year long route, okay, good. My dependents will complete 5 years in May 2026 on skilled worker dependent visa, how this new proposed changes will impact.
See, what you need to understand, Rakeshri, and good early question, nice one. So if you're completing your 10-year long year residence in Feb or March, so all the best for that. You'll get your ILR, but as far as your dependents are concerned, obviously the child would be accompanying you as far as your ILR concerned, but your spouse needs to wait as far as the new rules are concerned. So what here you need to understand, your children under the age of 18 might get ILR as long as you get it, but your spouse needs to wait to complete the qualifying period as long as these things are concerned. Only children under the age of 18 would be considered getting the ILR if either one of the parent has got ILR.
Okay, thank you, Amil. I hope that answers your question. Moving to next one, Yamuna is saying, how about the care ILR period 10 or 15?
Harry, you want to answer that?
Hmm?
That's You want to answer that?
There's no, I mean, whatever we talked, last time, there's no update to it, so you can take it,
Yeah.
Amil.
But RQF level 3, because as far as the care jobs are concerned, it is RQF level 3. So the baseline for the care home and care workers are 15 years.
Yeah, and this is what we discussed in the live session last time. It's proposed to be in 15 years, and also in the consultation question, I have seen they would
Yeah.
like people's opinion as well. You know, they want to see how it is impacting people, and they are debating whether RQF level, any job below 6, should be part of 10 years or 15 years. So definitely they will be debated. But as of now, the proposal says 15 years, right, Ahmed?
100% yes. It's all a proposal. It's not implemented yet. So please go and fill your consultation form.
Yeah. And also in that communication last time, it was said not everything is up for consultation. That was
True.
also mentioned. So this
Yeah.
bit about RQF level jobs, which is below 6, should it be part of 10 years or 15 years, that is up for consultation.
True.
Um, and people did ask me, you know, whether people who are already on their route for ILR, are they impacted? Is that for consultation or not? So that's not for consultation. That is what they have said. There will be transitional arrangements, but they will be impacted for people who don't get ILR on the date of implementation. There will be impact, and of course with some transitional
Exactly.
arrangements. Yes, it
That's
is
true.
what it is. Okay, thank you so far. Moving to the next question, going to Santosh is saying, hi Sadiq and Amil, I have a query and I'm in the UK on global mobility for last 7.5 years and paid taxes hereby with my higher salary threshold. Will these rules impact me? Do you foresee being considered?
Yes, Santosh, thank you for your question. Unfortunately, ICT on its own or global mobility do not lead to the settlement. Unless and until it is a part of long residence route, it's a different ball game. But just on the basis of ICT, you cannot get, and it is not even part of consultation as well, because this do not lead to settlement. So even if your salary is 150,000, which I mostly see in ICT people, you won't be considered with that.
Yeah. It's a different visa category altogether, Santosh, so it doesn't really matter. So you're not on the path to skill settlement on this visa. Doesn't matter. You are here for 9 years or 5 years, 2 years.
Yeah. And one more thing, Sarika, just for the Santosh case, even if he, switches to skilled worker route or any other visa category, anyways, as we discuss, the 10-year residence is going to go away. So it wouldn't matter.
Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you. Moving to the next one. Priyanka is saying, what is earned settlement for the spouse of British citizen? I saw that the spouse has to earn at least 12,570 per year for 3 to 5 years. Is that correct?
I think, Priyanka, thank you so much for raising this question because this is very common question on my LinkedIn and my email as well. And I think Sarika also shared some questions with me similarly. So the spouse of British citizen is not question or part of the consultation. Right now, the threshold for spouse of a British citizen is £29,000. That includes children as well. So there is no additional price, there is no additional fee or threshold for your children. But as far as these things are concerned, it is no longer a matter or linked to British citizen spouse.
Correct. Thank you, Amal. I hope that answers your question. And Priyanka, you have put your question not once but twice. So I'm going to move to the next question. Revan is asking about Ireland. How much income need general work permit to bring wife and one kid? So Ireland is not covered by Amal, but I'll give you a very quick brief. So there are total 9 types of visa categories in Ireland. The two major, which is CSCP visa, which is called Skills Employment Permit, and another is General Employment Permit. So as long as you fulfill the criteria of these two visa category, you can bring your dependent. For CACP, your job needs to be in critical skills of Ireland. Then only you are eligible. The minimum salary threshold from 1st of March 2026 is 40,000 euros. Okay, and of course you can get your permanent residency in 2 years if you qualify. If your job is listed in a critical list, and for the second one, your salary needs to be less than that, but you qualify for your indefinite leave to remain is in 5 years. If you want to book a session with me, I'll provide the links there. So come and have a chat to see whether your job falls under in any of those visa categories or the jobs or not. Okay. Thank you. Moving to the next one, Zulkarina is asking.
Zulkarnain.
Yes, Zulkarnain. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. I struggle with the name sometimes. Okay, if someone came to the UK in 2020 on student visa, then 4 year new entrant route, and again on student visa and staying legally 10 year on different visa, would 10 year route still be okay? We already discussed about it. This 10 year route will be scrapped the day this new ILR on settlement is implemented. We already took this question, so I knew many people will be asking. Anything? I don't think we need to add Amel, right?
No, you're fine.
Okay, so I already discussed the ILR, the island related question. So moving to the next one, KV is asking, my wife came to the UK as a skilled worker 2 years ago and recently got job as a nurse. Okay, she also extended her current visa for another 3 years. Is the 5 year route still applicable?
Not as yet, but what we need to understand at this point of time, that there is two different things to understand. If somebody is working in NHS at RQF level 6, because that's a public body, the baseline would be 5 years instead of 10 years. Okay, but what you need to understand that your wife banned as a nurse, because exactly we need to see where she falls as far as this category is concerned. If she is at RQF level 6 and working with NHS, then instead of 10 years qualifying period, it would be 5. But if not, and if the rules are implemented, she would be applicable for 10 years of baseline.
Yeah. So, Amil, I think the proposal did say people who are, say, doctors, nurses,
Yeah.
maybe physiotherapists or something, I forgot,
Teachers.
teachers, scientists, they do
Yes,
qualify for a shorter ILR period.
exactly.
Yeah.
Only two requirements in that, Sarika. There are two branches.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
because you did this, that's why you are getting
Okay.
that balloon
Okay.
thing.
So there are two branches. One branch is your job needs to be at RQF level 6 and above, and the
Mm.
second thing, it should be a public job, public place job.
Public, yeah. So working in council as well, we were talking about it last time.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, correct. Okay, so moving to the next question. I hope that answers your question, by the way, KB. Moving to coder. saying for a child born in the UK, should both the parents to get ILR to allow the child to get British?
We recently got one child's British citizenship this week. So no, only one person, only either parent need to get ILR for that.
Okay, great. Good. Thank you. Moving to the next one from Katie. Katie saying, I have been waiting for admin review decision for 4 months. I've tried to get in touch with MP as well and sent her all the evidence, but I still haven't got any response. What else can I do?
Katie, very nice question. We did few admin reviews. I think even this month we did couple of admin reviews. But the problem, the Home Office has clearly said the waiting time is minimum 12 months. I recently got an email from the Home Office as well that the minimum time for the admin review is 12 months and not later than, not below than that. If you do not get any response for at least after 12 months, then you can come back to them, but nothing below that. So you need to wait for that long, to be very honest. This is the I'm telling you about the email which I received this week, literally.
Okay, thank
Allow
you.
me guys to switch on my lights.
Yeah, yeah, you got to do a little dance, yeah,
Yeah, I would. Okay, I'm back.
with that dance, yeah. Okay, thank you, Amal. Moving to Anisha saying, I will be eligible for ILA once new rules come in. What do you mean you'll be eligible when it come in? I will be on 3 years route due to income. Okay.
Okay.
Will my dependent still be entitled to be on dependent visa? My dependent will be eligible for ILR in 2027.
So, Anisha, just to quote the guidance, I would say the Home Office has left on us, to be honest, as far as the consultation is concerned, that what they need to do with the dependents and the child dependent, that how they are going to qualify for the ILR. Irrespective, whatever happened to the main applicant, the contribution of the dependent would be counted separately. We don't know what the contribution, what kind of contribution they are expecting, but it's yet to be seen.
Yeah, okay. Rakesh is saying, thanks. My one kid will turn 18 in March 2026. My wife is working below level 6. Only transitional arrangements can help them, or else they
Yeah,
need to fulfill their individual qualifications on new rule.
exactly. Yes, you are right, Rakesh. Yes.
Okay, Great Minds is asking, what are proposed transition arrangements? If everyone has to wait 10 years, then there seems to be no transition arrangements.
So the term transitional arrangement firstly came into the existence as far as the new rules are concerned from July, because there were so many people who had got a visa before April 2024 and then before 22nd of July 2025. So right now there are the transitional arrangement are part of the consultation, and that would be implemented when the rules are going to be implemented. So right now they have not said anything about the transitional arrangement. Just one specific line our Home Secretary has said: whoever has not got the settlement ILR, they would be subject to the consultation. So we have to wait and see what the transitional arrangement comes up to.
Thank you, Amir. Khatwani Gaurav is saying, for people on skilled worker visa, what are financial requirements for dependents?
Yes, I remember this on top of my head. So for your spouse, it's 285 pounds. For your first child, it's 315 pounds. And for your additional child, it's 200 pounds each.
So it is so he's asking about the skilled worker visa fees.
No, the financial requirements. So let's say if on the CEO as the sponsor has not certified the maintenance for dependents and himself, because I have seen a lot of big companies that do not certify the maintenance. So for that financial requirement, you need to show at least that amount of money in the bank account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. Moving to the next question. Okay, now I'm going to go very fast. Okay. Should skilled worker dependents earn 50 plus for 5 years route?
That's what they said. Yes, it should be.
Moving to Bhairav. Bhairav, if some come on skilled worker visa in June 2021 and have annual income more than 50K only after December 23, before December 23 earning less than mark, Will he be eligible for ILR on new rule?
Somehow I'm understanding your question, so I'll answer you accordingly. So what they have said, from the time you got your salary of that specific threshold, from that point of time they are calculate years. So let's say if you qualify in 5 years, they are going to calculate from that day for 5 years. If your salary is 50,000 plus, and if your salary is 125,140 pounds, then they are going to calculate 3 years from that date, from the time you have started getting that salary. So I think it all depends what is your salary and when did you exactly got it in order to get that discount.
Correct. Thank you. Moving to the next one, which is from Unbox. At I came to UK 2020 for my masters and then got skilled worker visa 2023. Could you please advise what will be my situation in terms it is 5 or 10 years?
Expected to be 10 years if the rules are implemented. If everything goes well, then let's say. Let's see.
Yeah, it
But
depends
right
on
now
your
it's 5.
salary as well. Yeah, like we were talking about already. If you have already got a skill visa, what is your salary? Because people with a higher salary, they are getting ILR sooner. Anyone above 125K, was it 125K? Yeah,
Went
will
for
get
125.
yeah, you will get your salary. Sorry, you will get your ILR in 3 years. And people with 50K plus salary, you are eligible for ILR for 5 years. So it depends on the salary as well. And remember, like we were talking about now, RQF level jobs. If your RQF level is below RQF 6, maybe you'll fall into 15 years. You don't know. So it all depends on which category you fall into, whether 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years, or 15 years. So those are the different brackets we have based on the criteria which the Home Office is proposing at the moment. Now, Taib is saying, I have been on skill visa for 2 years in UK. I have chance to move on global talent visa. My question is, if I shift on global talent visa for 1 year, can I apply for ILR total after 3 years?
I wish that could be a possibility, but you need to complete 3 years solely on global talent visa. But I'll tell you one thing there. If I'm sorry if I'm taking your name right or wrong, but if whatever happens with the consultation and if you actually get a global talent visa, you're not subject for consultation. You can get the ILR anyways in 3 years if you satisfy the requirements for that. So you'll be fine.
So basically, he's not allowed to combine two different
No.
visa categories, right? So global talent visa, if he needs to complete three
Yeah.
years, or
Yeah.
if he's on innovator founder visa, again 3 years there, he need to complete.
Exactly. Solely on that.
Yeah,
If
cannot
he
come.
wants to combine it for 5 years, Sarika, then it should be a mix of global talent, skill worker, innovator, founder, but it should be 5 years, not 3 years in the combination. That is allowed. But the combination of 3 years are not allowed. And you he needs to be solely on global talent for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but anybody you said who is on global talent visa for say 2 years
Yeah.
and then wants to move to skill visa,
Hmm.
they can, and for skill visa requirement is you have to be here for 5 years.
Yeah.
So 2 years global talent visa plus 3 years skill visa, that is allowed.
Exactly. That is allowed. Yes. The combination of those things are allowed.
Okay, good. Okay, moving to the next. We already talked about this one.
Yeah.
So moving to the next question. Okay, Silent Traveler is asking, I have applied my skilled worker visa from UK to change new sponsorships on August 31st and got an email for additional fees on October 18th
Yeah.
and paid, but still no decisions yet. Why so long?
So many of my clients I have seen they are paying the wrong fees because they are selecting immigration salary list as their job title. So that's the reason they are paying the less fees, and then the home office is coming back again and they are asking you to pay the additional fees because the wrong category have been selected. Some people, get it within couple of weeks, but some people are still waiting for 3 months now. So I have got a lot of people in the pipeline. It's been more than 3 years. They're still waiting. Sometimes it's related to the COS that you have selected wrong category in the COS and the sponsor do not pay, or sometimes it's related to your visa application. But yes, it takes somewhere about 3 to 5 weeks I have seen in the recent times.
Okay, thank you, Amel. Um, if you guys got any follow-up question based on what Amel is saying, you can of course put it in the comment section.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
next one is from uh, Live. lived the moment to 63. I came to the UK in 2023 as a healthcare assistant, sponsored by the NHS. I already had my nursing qualification when I arrived. I completed my competencies in 2025 and switched my role to staff nurse. So, what is your question? You already switched to staff nurse, so you are a nurse now in 2025. So your COS is a nurse, so depends on nurse how they which category they
Exactly.
put qualifying period, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years, we don't know. So whatever will be for nurse. But I think she's also asking, okay, because she came in 2023 on a sponsored visa and 2025 she switched, right?
Yeah.
So it's a
See, basically, as far as her question is concerned, if her role is at RQF level 6 and she's working with NHS, then she qualifies for the ILR in 5 years. But then we have to see that on which band she is and what RQF level she stands at this point of time. So we have to check that where you exactly stand. But if your role is at RQF level 6 and you are working obviously with NHS, then you'll qualify for the ILR in 5 years.
okay. So here then again, Amil, your will the initial 2 years will be looked at that she worked as a healthcare assistant?
No,
No.
no,
Or
it
your
won't.
last
It
what?
will start from the time they have actually been switched to that specific category.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. I hope that answers your question as well. Moving to King Drift is saying my son will be over 18 if 10-year ILR rule will be implemented. As of now, he's my dependent. We arrived in the UK on 1st of 2022. If over 18, what visa can I do for him? Thanks.
So you don't need to worry, King Drift, if he has already been in the UK with you when he was below 18 as your dependent. So that doesn't matter until and unless he switched to some other visa category. But if he still be your dependent and he's financially dependent on you and he has not started his life independently or got married or anything like that, he can still be your dependent irrespective of his age. That's not a problem.
Great. Thank you. So if there's any follow-up question regarding it, you can let us know. Moving to RSS is saying hey, hey, hey. Okay, I'm also saying hey and hi. Moving to Karan saying thank you for answering on admin review. As per your advice, if we have to wait 12 months, can I work legally while I'm waiting? If no, is there any way to get financial support?
One thing you need to understand, because as far as the 3C leave is concerned, it depends on the fact that what visa you had previous to applying for the admin review. Let's say if you were on a graduate route and you applied for a skilled worker visa and it failed and you applied for admin review, so your graduate route 3C leave will continue and you can fulfill the condition what you had previously. But let's say if you were on skilled worker visa of some other company and the license got revoked, then unfortunately no, because you have to make sure you fulfill your previous visa conditions and not you have what you have at this point of time. So even if you're under admin review, you need to follow the condition what you had previously.
And I think you should not take any financial support till the time you have
Exactly.
not got to ILR. If you remember the ILR guidelines or the proposal, so anyone who
Yeah.
is taking any financial support, I don't think you'll get your ILR very soon.
Yeah.
So just be careful about it.
Just to list down couple of things, Sarika, as far as because now we are talking about financial support, so there are two things to look at. If you take the financial support for less than 12 months, a 15 years of penalty would be added.
Correct.
If you take a financial support for more than 12 months, 20 years of penalty would be added. So
Correct. Yeah. So just be careful. Do not take any financial support, guys. It will not work in your favor. Okay,
mm,
moving very quickly. I know I'm will need to leave in 10 minutes. So Shasanta is saying I came UK on December 22, 2021, spent 2 years, and then moved to skilled worker visa in December 2024. I've salaried more than 55,000 throughout. I will be qualified for ILR on December 2025 with new rules.
unfortunately, the new rules are not yet implemented,
Yeah, so
and you move to skilled worker visa in December 2024, so you do not qualify irrespective of your salary.
correct. Right. I
And
hope.
sorry, if I would like to spend some more time with the question. I don't want to leave in 10
Yeah, you
minutes.
go for it.
Yeah, I want to spend some more time. I can work until 8. That's not a problem. I want to
Oh,
make sure that all the questions are satisfied.
okay. I thought you wanted to give more examples to this one. No. Okay,
No
fine.
examples for you, Sushanta.
Okay.
Sorry.
Shushanta, I hope this is understood. If there is any follow-up, you can let us know. Moving to Sandeep, saying I switched from PSW to skill visa on priority on December 1. I haven't heard anything back yet. Why delays? Is this normal?
So, Sandeep, two scenarios over here. Number one scenario, the caseworker thinks that your situation is complex. Maybe there is something to do with your sponsor license. Because nowadays, Sarika, applicants are waiting for more than 8 or 9 months, I have seen, because the license is revoked and nobody has been aware about that.
Oh dear.
Or the home office would like to conduct an interview which will take another 2.5 months. So I always feel no news is still a good news, so just sit tight and don't do anything as yet.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Moving to Divya, I came to the UK in 2023 on skilled worker visa. Can I get ILR in 5 years according to new visa rule? First year, new ILR rule is not yet implemented.
True.
So I don't think you need to worry about it. And like we said in the introduction, the day the new rule is implemented, if you don't have your ILR, you will be part of the new rule, whatever is that new rule, and
True.
then will be covered by the transitional arrangement. That is
True.
what you need to keep in mind. Doesn't matter, stop counting. You know what, I think people are getting confused because in the announcement it says, after 2020 or 2021 people who came, they're impacted. I think the thumb rule is, if you don't have your ILR on the day the new ILR is implemented, you're part of the new rule and you will be covered by the transitional arrangements, whatever those arrangements are. That is what you need to remember. Okay, thank you. Moving to the next one from Zulkuranin. If someone on skilled worker visa decides to follow self-sponsorship route, how it is done, and if that person can be voluntarily director.
Thank you for coming in, my Elia Zulkarnain. Finally, sponsorship in this chaos of ILR. So one thing you need to understand, I think you can book my meeting link in the description when Sarika posts this video on YouTube. But what one thing you need to understand, and I think it was my post from yesterday as well, you need to make sure somebody can't just become a director for the sake of self sponsorship or voluntarily as an authorizing officer. If you have specific skills, specific knowledge for that specific kind of a situation or a business you're working on, then only you should do the self sponsorship, not just for the sake of getting a vacancy and just being in the UK for the sake of being here. We do not entertain such clients. If you actually fit the bill, as I always say, then only you should go ahead, otherwise it doesn't make any sense.
Correct. And Amel and I, we had done many videos on self sponsorship as well. It's already on on my YouTube channel. You can check that. And if you cannot find it, you just let me know, and I'll put that in the comment section as well. But there are many videos, and in fact, we have recorded more videos which will be published in the
Yeah,
coming days or weeks or even months. Okay. And
true.
moving to the next one. My husband worked as a web designer, skilled worker from July 2022, and he switched to office manager from April 2025. When does he get ILR? And he's below RQ level 6, 10 years or 15 years. Do we need to take this question again? No, you're not going to go for it. I don't think we need
15 years, 15 years.
Okay. Moving to Anish, I came to the UK in 2022. Now, me and my wife are in PSW, and we have a baby born in the UK this year. Is there any visa that we can extend our visa for 2 years without sponsorship?
Unfortunately, not. You cannot do that, but make sure you apply for a visa for your baby so that you can travel freely. Otherwise, it would impact your traveling.
So they are on PSW, so it will be a PSW dependent visa, right, for the
Exactly,
baby?
for the baby, because the baby is born in the UK, so the exemption applies to them.
Yeah. Yes, that's a good one. So I just wanted to highlight one thing. There are few
Yeah,
people who asked me this question. If you're on PSW or PSW dependent, if you go back to India to deliver
yeah,
a baby or to your own country, your baby won't be getting your graduate visa dependent, PSW
exactly,
dependent. You've got to be in the UK, and if your baby is born in the UK, then you get your dependent visa. This is very important. Many people are.
100%.
Yeah.
So we are doing visit visas for baby who are like 3 months now,
Mm.
because of the sole reason. So make sure Obviously we are no one to comment on where you need to deliver your baby, but if your baby was born outside of the UK, then you need to apply for a visit visa and the baby would not qualify for a graduate route.
Correct. Now, core learning is asking based on the proposed earned settlement. Let's say if one of the parents is granted ILR for a child born in UK, do the child will be eligible for applying British citizenships like we have currently?
So as we discussed in the last question, if one of the parent is granted ILR, the child would be automatically eligible for the British citizenship. So that's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, so you don't need an ILR. The child can move directly to a British passport holder. You can apply for a British passport holder directly
Exactly.
to the child.
Yes. Yes.
Now, moving to the next question from Tayyab. My son is studying in Middlesex University. He has 3 years student visa. My full family is in the UK. Can we switch him to our ILR pathway after he completes his 3 years degree? We are on a 5 year skilled visa.
Tayyab, there is no link to your son completing his 3 years as a student visa, because there should be what you need to understand the basics of a skilled worker visa. Let's say there is nothing called as unsettlement. We are still in the old rules of 5 years. You need to make sure if you're on a skilled worker visa, your son is over 18, he needs to complete the entire 5 years as a dependent along with you and not be financially independent. So that has got nothing to do with your son or him completing the 3 years degree.
Correct. Okay, this is important. I'm going to take it because people are worried about the financial support they have taken. So Satya is saying, if I claim 30-hour child care by mistake, will it be considered as public funds? Please clarify if I'm ready to pay back government the claim.
That's a very very good question. You know, people are talking about the maternity benefits as well. They are talking about the childcare benefits. Some people are asking me about the school tiffins as well. So I think what here we need to understand, and we discussed in the last live session, there are hundreds of different kinds of benefits we have in the UK, which we all are not even aware about. So I was certainly not aware about so many things, and my clients just informed me about it. Until and unless the list is not out, I don't know, because they are going to clarify in the guidance what do they mean by public funds, what do they mean by benefits. Obviously something as universal credit, we all know that would qualify as public funds, so you will be not eligible for that. You will be eligible for a penalty if you claim the universal credit. But as far as these things are concerned, we have to wait for the consultation to be implemented, and let's get some more clarity on that.
Can you explain what is universal credit?
So I'm not that much aware about universal credit, but as far as universal credit concerned, most of the time you're on benefits. That's what I have heard from people. So it's completely funded to you as far as the universal credit concerned. So I don't have enough knowledge to be honest on that.
Okay. Thank you. I mean, moving to the next question, and of course, you can let me know whenever you want to move because you have some prior appointment, I believe.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah. Okay. Vishal is asking, I'm eligible for my ILR in May 2026. When will this new rules be implemented? Vishal, we
As
talked about in the introduction. We
yeah.
what Amil heard or what I've read so far looks like it's going to be April when the new financial year kicks in. We think so, but again, nothing is written in the stone.
Mhm.
So we got to wait and see when the Home Office publishes anything. Moving to Divya, my COS was released on Jan 2023, but I came to the UK on March 2023. I need to renew my visa. Will I need to apply for 2 years or 2 years, 6 months?
That's a very good question. I always suggest my client, whenever the 5 year rules is there in extension, is it in existence, you should always have a leeway. You should not always need to have a cut to cut time of 5 years, because when you submit your ILR application, we also submit the letter from the employer saying that they would require the specific individual post getting the ILR as well, due to their skills and their work ethics and stuff like that. So you should always have leeway for few more months, and it should be very straightforward for you guys, because you need to explain it to your employer that what is the situation at this point of time, and you need to have few more months down the line even if you qualify for the ILR.
Thank you. So answering for Divya, what is her answer? 2 years or 2 years, 6 months? Why did
2 years, 6 months, please.
okay. Okay, moving to current question. I was on skilled worker visa. So is the employer to qualify a new salary requirement. When changed the employer, the SMS system had issues, which took them 8 weeks. So delay in another application. Okay.
Anything else?
There's no more question. I don't know. So I don't know, Karan, what is your follow-up question? I can't see anything in the chat. So moving to the next question, I believe Rakesh, thanks for answering my earlier questions for adults on skilled worker visa dependent under which visa category their visa needs to be extended, same or as ILR dependent.
Sarika and I have made the entire video on that, the confusion between the skilled worker dependent and the spouse dependent. So make sure even if you get the ILR, your spouse do not switch to a spouse visa. They be on the skilled worker dependent. Otherwise, the 5 years will reset again back to zero. So it should be a skilled worker dependent.
Correct. Let's quickly see the questions that we have not taken, maybe. Next question. If you are a student who came to the UK for a BSc in September 2020, 3 years, then a graduate visa, 2 years, then a MSc 1 year, then in Jan 2026, PhD 4 years, 10 years, then 2030, does anything count? I think we already discussed about it. Whenever the new earned ILR settlement rule will be implemented, this 10-year legal way how it is now that you can settle in the UK 10 years will be scrapped. So I don't think it will exist anymore. So 10 years into 2030, you have no idea what's going to happen in April. So if the new rules come in April, then this 10 years thing will not exist. You've got to be on some kind of valid work permit to start your clock for your ILR.
The only thing I'm counting right now is his money he has spent on this education.
There are
Around
many, there are many like him. I'm going to say that, Amel. I know many people who just enrolled for PhD, who did first maybe either a bachelor's, master's, or master's, then dependent, and then moving here and there just to qualify for 10 years. So I know there are many, to be honest, and he's just not one of them. And I know they are shattered because the amount of money they have already spent or invested in themselves and in this country, and now they're getting no returns, which they thought, ILR will be one thing that they
yeah,
were hoping on, is not going to um, go in their favor. So I don't know what is this question. Is there any chances for transitional provisions for skilled workers and dependents?
hopefully.
Yeah, it does say in the proposal there will be, but what it will be, we don't know. Now, next question is from Awaken saying if someone on a skilled worker visa, care worker, switches to global talent visa after spending up to 3 years on skilled worker visa, will his time spent on skilled worker visa count towards ILR? We talked about it, no?
Yes, as we discussed that if you combine them for 5 years, irrespective of the whatever amount of years you have spent on global talent or a skilled worker, you'll be able to eligible for ILR. But if you do not qualify in the combination of 5 years, then solely you need to be on a global talent route for 3 years in order to qualify for ILR.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Moving to next question. Can you please tell me the route option if a child came to UK when she was 2 years old and has stayed in the UK, say 7 years, is there an option?
So for that, you need to book a link with us, and our team will help you with this personal immigration case matters because it's case by case.
Yeah, but I have done, I think, a video with Amil, or we
Yeah.
did some Q&A where we talked about it. So on the
Yes.
basis, child, if your child has already stayed in this country for 7 years, there's
Yeah.
an option for you to get your visa on the basis of your child, and of course, your child will
Exactly.
get a visa. But
Exactly.
you need to discuss that in depth with Amil and the team. Moving to the next question, are there any chances of transition provisionals under upcoming rules for skill? Oh, sorry, we have taken this question.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
Sorry. Moving to the next one. Uh, okay, somebody said half message was sent because of the space. I understand. Now, Sujata is saying, I came to the UK on Jan 2022 with ICT visa, then moved to skilled worker visa on Jan 2024. Can I add ICT visa time in the new rules? As it says, most of the work visa will be 10 years baseline. No, that is not even counted ICT visa for your skilled visa. So simple answer is no.
Exactly.
Moving to Tayyab, sir. So after my son completes his 5 years as dependent on student visa, dependent on student visa and Middlesex University, can he apply for ILR after he completes 5 year total spell in the UK?
I think the story is now going elsewhere, Tayyib. But
Yeah,
I think
I'm
this is the fourth question we are taking. But student visa do not lead to settlement. So if he is your dependent for 5 years, as far as the current rules are concerned, then he'll be eligible to get the ILR.
correct. Okay. I'm going to take this question. Hi both. In May 2024, moved from student visa to skill visa. Am I come under new entrant when renew in May 2026? No.
So the new
Because
entrant rule is important to understand that you are only eligible for 2 years once you complete your graduate route.
correct. And your last visa category should be either student visa or a PSW. Once you're already on skill visa, so and when
Yeah.
you review it, they look at what is your last visa category, which is a skill visa. So you're not eligible for new entrant.
Or they calculate the 4 years, whatever is the.
Yeah, yeah, true. Moving to Celia. I'm currently on a healthcare worker visa, which I obtained in 2022 after completing my studies in the UK. Arrived in 2020, and my baby was born in 2021, turning 7 in 2028. So 2028 is really far. So whatever,
Exactly.
yeah. So whatever
Too
will be,
early to talk about it.
yeah, correct. Yeah. So
You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
yeah, there's nothing much to add there, to be honest. Harinita saying my visa approved in Jan 2023, came to UK in March. Oh, yes, we already took her question.
Yeah.
Sila saying hard message sent because of the space law. I understand, but we won't be able to give you the reply if you don't see the full question. Okay, now very quickly, only last two questions we're going to take and we will be fine. Um, we'll be applying for my extension and I have received some feedback that SMS department is taking too long to issue extension costs. What should I do in this condition if they don't respond before expiry?
So there is something called a variation application, which we normally do, but it depends on the fact that we need to prove it to the home office that how much your sponsor has emailed to the home office as far as the priority is concerned, when the COS was applied, and how responsible your sponsor was at this point of time. So we can obviously do a variation application, and we have helped a lot of people with that. So you can just contact us.
Okay, so did we take this question? Just going to check this one. Did we take this one? Can we switch to a child visa after securing ILR for
The
my child?
question was half because of the space.
Okay, I don't remember the previous bit. Can you remember? Do you remember?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
When will be eligible for ILR and have there been any changes to this route under the new government says?
So basically, you can become a parent of a British child if your child can get ILR in the UK. That is still a route, and that is not under consideration at this point of time. We don't know what the transitional arrangement would be, but at this point of time, yes, you can be a parent of a British child. That's not a problem.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay, last question for today, and then Amel can go home for your dinner. Your family is waiting.
There's
Okay.
another meeting after this.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. So I'm not going to comment this time. Okay. Great Minds is saying, is it possible to get fast track decision for ILR application? My current visa technically will expire neck to neck with the fifth year, assuming I have the salary needed. Should I ask for extension visa?
See, what you need to understand as far as the basic ILR rule is concerned, if you're completing your exact 5 months, you can apply 28 days before that. That's not a problem, but you can't just apply for the sake of applying, even if you don't complete your 5 years. So you need to make sure you can apply 28 days before completing your 5 years, but not before than that. Your visa will be refused.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so Revan, I'm not taking a question. It's regarding Ireland. You can send me a question on my email or book a meeting. And for remaining, I think we have already taken a question. Now, SOC's data analyst, I'll change to finance analyst when renew next year. How long ILR path under the new rules? So let's wait and see what is the new earned ILR rules
True.
which will be implemented, whether it will be RTF what will the rules for jobs which is below RQF level 6, where it falls, we don't know. So I think you need to hold on till the time more details are published. Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Amil. Thank you for coming and joining. So I just wanted to say, guys, I'll provide the link if you want to speak to Amil to discuss any of your situation or the case, like someone was asking about the on the basis of your child, how can you apply for the visa? Someone was asking about self-sponsorship, or someone was talking about COS and SMS not being already updated. If you have any questions, burning questions, if you want to book your time at Amil, all the links will be there in the comment section. And then also you can email us. So all the details will be there in the pin comment and you can reach out to us. Amal, thank you very much for joining and helping my
Thank
audience.
you so much, Sarika. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking out time today.
Thank you. See you
Bye.
later. Bye. Bye.